3, boom. All right, welcome back to Industry AF. We always laugh too. Industry AF podcast. We got our guest. Introduce yourself.
I'm Anna Trueblood.
Nice. And Anna, we're talking about in the liquor business, but what's your brand that you brought here today?
Yeah, so I work with a brand called Southbound Tequila. We're actually local here to Nashville, so that's a whole lot of fun. And
feels like it was in the car all day. It's pretty warm.
yeah, it and myself were in the car all day, so we're all a little toasty, but
cool. How long have you been working with Southbound?
Since the beginning. I started on with them, actually, tomorrow will be 2 years. So I've been with them for just 2 years tomorrow, and then we officially launched the brand here in Tennessee in September of 23.
Nice. And were you there for the launch?
Oh, yeah. I was there for it all.
Cool.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
Well, tell us about the brand, too. Like, the founder and the story.
Yeah, so it was founded by a woman named Ivy Childers. She actually ran bakeries here in the Franklin area. Yeah, she had a bakery called Ivy Cake for, close to 20 years. And I think, like we all did with 2020, had a little time to sit down and think about what we were doing and just was ready for something to do. She's a great entrepreneur. She's always thinking of new things, new areas she wants to go into, and is really brave to dive in head first. So
sure. She
kind of sold the bakeries and got out of that side of it, and being a recipe developer and having that more, chemistry-driven brain, she got really into the cocktail development of things, and then that led her to tequila. So
nice.
Was there a discussion of which spirit to pursue versus?
No, not for her. I don't think so. I think tequila was just always her spirit of choice for all the same reasons that the consumers are heading that way. It's cleaner, it's better for your body. People feel, when you drink a good one, people feel better drinking it.
Minus really good, well crafted bourbon.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. There's space for all in the play.
But before you did this, you were also in the industry before that, right?
Yeah, so I got started more on the retail side of the wine and spirits world. So I ran a shop in Brentwood for about 3 years. So really fantastic. The gentleman who owned it's been in the industry forever and a day and really been on every side. He started off with the distribution company. He had a supplier role. Then he started his own store. Then he started his own distribution company. So cool. He also has really just tried his hand at a lot of stuff. And so a great mentor to lead me into it beyond just the connections and the people he knows. Because, Nashville at its core is still a very community, collaborative, 100%. Who you know gets you further than what you know kind of place. And so
it's all mom and pop shop type stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. So I was really fortunate to get to work with him and kind of see it through his perspective, and not only does he have a wealth of knowledge about the actual products themselves, how they're made, where they're coming from, but also just the industry itself and the people who keep it going.
Yeah.
Was he the connection for you getting into?
Yeah. So honestly, before I was in the booze world, I actually ran a juice bar in Brentwood.
Cool.
So I was running an organic juice bar, and come COVID, everything's shutting down, and we were able to keep the shop open because we were considered what was that? Essential? Yes, we were essential. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were very important. So, we got to stay open, but you're going to see a dip. People weren't coming out, and so you have all this product, and it's fresh product, and it's expensive because it's organic and all that stuff, and it's all this product's going to go to waste, which is sad. So I kind of, dumped it in some ice cube trays and threw it in the freezer, not really knowing what my game plan was, but I didn't want to see, something so good go to waste. And so, ended up being like, this would be fun to make cocktails with. And so I took my little bag of beet juice ice cubes and went to the liquor store around the corner. And that's kind of where it started. I went in there as a customer just looking to do something weird, and I was like, I want to learn about mezcal, because I didn't know much about it at that point. But I was
2020, 21?
Yeah, 2020, and I was like, or actually 2019 would have been. Yeah, but I was like, the flavor profiles of mezcal should go great with this, beet carrot thing I have going on. And so I ended up talking with the store owner about what I was trying to do, and he was kind of like, well, that's weird. I'm in. Let's go. So it kind of became this project we did together. And so while I was still running the juice bar, I got to do a lot of different collaborative events with him, and he allowed me to, use his customer base to kind of keep us floating and doing different things. And
cool.
Yeah. In that process, though, I got, he did a thing with his customers called Guess That Grape, where he brown bags wine and then walks you through how to guess it, where it's from, what the grape is, all the nerdy stuff, and so I had a little bit of education about it. I think, we all know a little bit about wine, but I really got to dive in with him and learn about how to blind it. And when you're blind tasting something, you're really getting into the baseline of what it was. And after I think a couple months of doing that, he was like, you have a really natural palate for this. Are you interested in it at all? And I was like, yeah, actually, the more I've learned about it, it's really fascinating. And so he was basically like, how can I have you come work here? And how attached are you to juice? You know?
I feel like wine's just juice.
It is. That was always that was the joke. It's like,
I was hoping you were going to say that the juice fermented and got you into it.
yeah, right. And I accidentally discovered wine. Yeah. No. But yeah, so really just as I learned more about the process of winemaking and the agricultural side of it was really fascinating to me. And so kind of wine got me into it. And then from there, I was able to, get into bourbon and scotch and tequila and a lot of other things. So that was kind of where I got my jumping off point.
Cool. Do you want to pour a little bit?
I would love to.
Tell us about it.
See if we can get that good sound.
Yeah, give us the bit.
Ooh, there you go.
That was pretty close.
Clip that.
A little pingy.
I just bought a bottle 2-3 days ago.
Of Southbound?
Yeah.
Bluegrass?
Yeah.
That's where I first met you. Mm-hmm. Every time I go there, I'm like, oh, it's Anna again. What's going on?
There she is.
Do you want a little?
That's what everybody says.
A little lipstick.
You're going.
I love
it. People are like, yeah.
Well, so we should tell the listeners I can drink again. It's been 6. I did my 6 months.
Yeah, he was sober for 6 months. It sucked.
Congratulations, though.
Yeah,
that's a good
challenge. It was like 4 days short of 6 months, which I feel so bad about. Like,
but your dad wanted to start.
My dad. It started with just like a friendly bet with my dad saying.
Okay, I was like, was it a medical
and then
thing?
He was
or was
no.
just
Then he was in town.
pride?
He was in town. He's like, let's have a drink. I'm like, all right, if you say I can. And he's like, all right.
And then he was like, gotcha.
Yeah.
I win the bet.
Anyway,
and you owe me $500.
Well, cheers.
Well, tell us about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so what we poured here is the Blanco Tequila, which, baseline, good jumping off point for anything. And for our company, that was Ivy's passion. She wanted to find this perfect Blanco. She really was on a hunt to create the perfect margarita. And as she played with the different ingredients and different juices and different ways to put it all together, she kind of figured out that it was the tequila she was using that was, kind of giving her a unsatisfactory experience. And so that's what led her to want to make a tequila. She went down to Mexico and started learning about how they process it and why
Jalisco?
it affects it different. Yeah, Jalisco.
Is that I'm literally asking because I don't know. Is that where most of it comes from?
Yeah.
Because I always see in the back of the bottle Jalisco.
Jalisco, yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, it has to be made, within that
area?
Such a small region anyway. Sure. So that's where most of the distilleries are at.
There's one tequila company having a big problem with that, right? We've talked about it. I don't want to mention any names.
Well, there's one getting sued. Yeah. It's you know that.
Yeah.
They're having a problem with what are they being sued for?
That they're not
100% agave
from that region.
It's
Casamigos.
Yeah.
Well,
they're not gonna.
I don't know.
Actually, I think that'd be badass. Get a cease and desist from George Clooney.
Yeah.
Like,
frame it. I got George Clooney's autograph. Sell it on eBay.
It would make sense for you, not liking George Clooney.
Yeah, there you go.
Do you also not like George Clooney?
No, dude, no.
Just kidding.
No, Jesus Christ. They're getting, because it's kind of obvious. How can you have that much agave, or is there a lot of agave? I would assume there's not enough to have that much out there.
Yeah, that's a hard space because technically, it has to be one variety of agave, and that's the other piece, right? That's what's your big differentiator between mezcals and tequila is.
And then what was the fad years ago? The skinny margarita with agave syrup, right?
Yeah,
right?
Sure.
Is that the best? Not the same one, or do you know?
The same type of
agave?
agave?
Well, they just crush the agave down and turn it into like a flavor.
Yeah, they basically macerate it.
Gotcha.
It's just cooked down. Yeah. So
Gotcha.
I think. Honestly, that's a great question. I don't know.
Okay.
There are some brands of agave syrup that advertise themselves as Blue Weber agave, which is the type of agave tequila has to be made from.
Sure.
I'm sure that there are some just using whatever's out there. I don't know. I've never really looked into that.
Not them, though. They use legit. I could tell.
This is good shit.
Yeah, right? Yeah, so ours is 100% Blue Weber agave. Well, and so to the discussion of, the fear of shortages of agave or how can there be that much out there, it's really why as new brands popped online, you saw a lot of them that were beautiful packaging owned by, any name,
sure.
But the juice itself isn't that good is because they weren't using mature agave. Traditionally...
They're going just make it as fast as they can.
Yeah, pretty much. So traditionally you want the agave plants to get to about 7 or 8 years old. to
Killer.
to really
That's what I'm
create
saying. How
that
could there
softer.
be enough then if it's
Yeah, so they're pulling them at 2 years old. They're pulling them at 3 years old. So they're tossing them in the ground. It's a little more churn and burn style, which reflects in the flavor, which is why you had these brands that at the end were, tasting the product and they're like, this isn't very good. Let's put some sweetener in there. Let's put some vanilla extract.
Totally.
Let's add some glycerin to make it softer.
I mean, like 818, right? That's what's her face?
Kendall Jenner.
It's not good at all.
It's all right.
Yeah, well, we're just calling people out on this
I don't-
podcast. Shots fired.
Who cares?
That's
I
awesome.
actually, I think it was my little sister bought us a bunch of bottles of the
818
for our maybe it was our engagement party. They had been sitting there for a while.
So she doesn't like your wife?
Yeah. but I had this sitting in my house and I tasted some and I definitely liked this way more.
Yeah.
But the other one wasn't bad. I'm definitely making the other ones into margaritas.
Sure.
This was great for a margarita too. But.
Well, and I always tell people, but when it comes to the alcohol space, alcohol is supposed to be fun, it shouldn't be. Hopefully it's not a necessity. Hopefully it's a luxury and it's something that you're doing to enjoy and have fun with. And whether that's getting really nerdy into wine or just drinking something that's yummy and refreshing and makes you have a good day with your friends. So I'm never apologize for what you like to drink, which is why I'm sometimes apprehensive to call out brands. Cause I'm like, hey, if 818 is your flavor profile and you drink it and you think it tastes awesome and you have a really good time, more power to you. Go for it.
Sure.
Have fun with it. It's
Probably
not
an influencer tax.
it's not correct. It's not a technically correct tequila. So if you're trying to learn about tequila and you're wanting to, know more about what the spirit should be and how it should be represented, no, I probably wouldn't steer you in that direction. But hey, if you like to drink it,
I tell them that all the time too, because the bourbon, it's you got the E.H. Taylor or whatever the hell, and I'm like, I call those YouTuber neckbeard guys. They're so annoying, but I'm always telling them, hey man, everyone's different. Just enjoy it. It doesn't have to be. I gotta get my Blanton's bottle.
Yeah, do you like it? Is it good? Do you even like it? Because there are
fun?
even some people. It's so funny when I, running a retail store, of course, deal with a lot of those whiskey guys
Allocation
and
dudes.
whiskey people. There are a lot of lovely women in the whiskey community.
Yep.
But they come in and they're hunting for that label. And I had one gentleman. I know I'd sold him, 2 or 3 bottles of Blanton. He always wanted to get on the allocation list and all that stuff.
Sure.
And he came in. It was probably around Christmas one year. He's like, hey, I finally opened one. My dad and my son were in town. We had it. And I was like, what do you think? He was like, I didn't like it at all. And I was like, was that your first time having Blanton's? And he was like, yeah, I just had never drank it before.
Sure.
I just don't like it. And I was like, well, good thing you have 4 of them.
Yeah.
For the uninitiated, can you explain the label and the situation?
So
About Blanton's? Yeah, go ahead.
So it comes from a distillery called Buffalo Trace, and so they do all these different bottlings, different labelings, and it just started to get a lot of clout in the community. And Blanton's specifically because it's a really cool package. It's a round bottle. It's got a horse on the top, and every topper has a different letter spelling out Blanton's, and every letter is associated with a different leg position of a horse as it crosses the finish line of the Kentucky Derby.
I never knew that.
That's really
so,
cool.
Yeah,
It's a cool collector's piece.
So correct, right?
It's, people, it's like they're hunting to get all pieces.
They want to get all the letters.
Reminds me of the McDonald's Monopoly.
Yeah, there
Reminds
you
me
go.
of Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck.
just one more. Charizard. Is Charizard Pokemon?
Yeah, Charizard.
Says
Dad's
myself.
like, I spent fucking $500. Anyway, but Blanton's, it's Buffalo Trace though, so people, they're always kind of, I guess allocation type, right? I mean,
Yeah,
you're at a
well, and it got to
store.
a point where there's only so much of it that comes into the market, which also then makes people think they have to have it because there's only so much of it. So then people just hunt it and collect it and sometimes don't even drink it until they're very deep into having collected it and they realize, like, I wouldn't even really want to drink this. It's like, well, you got it. So,
Yeah.
you know.
I found a
Hopefully
bottle
the
for
price goes
$40 at Old Fort in Murfreesboro.
Yeah, oh, see, that's
$40.
Yeah.
And
Well,
people,
and that's the
people,
thing,
and, well,
it's-
they resell it.
What
it's a
do
big market.
you normally see them sell for?
$80, $90.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
on a retail shelf, you'll see it for $89.99. But now it's turned into this thing where there's
People-
like a black market for
Supply and
whiskey.
demand.
Yeah.
Well, people will resell it.
Yeah.
I know there's a guy in Charleston. My dad knows. He works for like FedEx or something. He's up there.
Yeah.
He's an older man, but he told my niggas, I put my son through college by selling third market bourbons.
Yeah.
just all day, just
Well,
like
and it's-
Facebook groups.
yeah.
It's a big scam too. I mean, like,
yeah, I can
it'd be
Well,
some guy in a different country.
it's also super illegal.
It is.
And so
it
those
is.
Facebook groups get shut down a lot, and it's
And individual, isn't it like bootlegging?
yes,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
yeah,
It's
yeah, it
modern.
is.
It's Facebook bootlegging.
There's a guy from Nashville or something, or somewhere in North Carolina at an ABC store. There's like a documentary about him.
Oh yeah, I remember that guy.
He was selling.
He was
it
selling
back
Pappy.
Yeah, out the back door.
And he actually, I think he got caught for dumping and relabeling it. He was like resealing the bottles and putting different juice in it.
Crazy.
Yeah, because that's the thing. A lot of these people, right? They just collect it. Like there are people who probably have, the Pappy Van Winkle, Blanton's, EHL, all of it on their shelf. But if you ask them what it tasted like, they probably wouldn't know because they don't ever open it. They just collect it and dust it, and
It's crazy.
I get
know.
that. I'm not that person. I understand people that do that.
Sure.
well, everybody collects something, right? We all know that guy who has like 30 guitars and he doesn't
Yeah.
even play guitar, but he's
Yeah.
like got some really cool vintage stuff because he
He's a
learned
rich
about
guy
the
and he's like, check this out.
I
he's
like going to
"Look
those
how
people's
cool it
houses."
is." Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But it's like everyone finds their thing that they have
I mean,
too
dude,
many of.
you love golf. Like, you love and breathe
Yeah, I
golf.
do the opposite of collecting though. I just delete those golf balls into the water.
We'll be at a bar and he'll just be like practicing his swing. I'm like, what are you doing?
It's just habit, dude.
Yeah.
You're being one of those
it's
guys.
just habit.
That's good.
I'm like, dude, there's women around. Stop.
I'm like, I'm married.
To the game.
and I'm married. Yeah.
To the game. That's funny. No threat. No threat.
Yeah,
No threat.
yeah,
No
there you
threat.
go.
But okay, let me ask you this: what landed you in Nashville?
Oh man,
Because it wasn't liquor, right?
It wasn't. No, it
And
was
where
not
are you
liquor.
from originally?
I'm from Wisconsin.
Okay.
Yeah, I moved down here in 2015.
Cool.
So, yeah, I know it's a long time now.
10
which
years.
is weird.
That's
Yeah,
all of us
10
were-
years. I think I
2015,
moved
yeah.
here in August of 2015. So I'm like right at.
I was
I
like
got you by
August.
like a month. I think it was July.
Yeah.
Yeah, I met him in 2015 when I first moved here.
Okay.
Where were you living when you first popped in here?
The Nations, man.
Cool.
Love the Nations.
You were before the trend. Because nobody was in the nations. In
No.
2015.
Yeah,
Not back
well,
then.
there was some of us out here, and it was a real interesting time. We lived. Our property was. It was so funny. We rented a house at the front. It was me. I had a couple roommates who I found on Craigslist. So I think
I did that.
that's how you know it was 10 years ago. Because
Yeah, I
I
did
would
that too.
not. No
No.
way I'm living with some person I found on Craigslist.
No.
In this day and age.
Mine was like Facebook, Nashville or something. That's how I found mine.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but we like struck gold. It was initially I found this one girl, and then she and I lived together in the house for a bit. And we technically had one more bedroom, and we were like, "Do we want to see if we find someone?" And
The
then
rent cheaper.
yeah, right. And so we found this other guy. He moved down here to do music stuff, and he was awesome. And so we just it worked. We actually ended up when that lease was up, we got a bigger place all together.
Cool.
So I
Oh,
think
cool.
we all ended up living together for close to 4 years.
What?
So I was like, yeah, the power of
Craigslist
Craigslist.
homies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was a good time.
But you came here for music, right?
I didn't come here for music,
Oh.
actually. Yeah, I've always been around music. Always played it growing up. Worked at different little studios in Wisconsin, and just always had a passion for it. But I think I kind of knew that if I tried to make it my occupation, I would grow to hate it. And so
Sure.
I didn't want to hate it, and so I was like, I'm
get it.
gonna keep this. That's something I can do when I want to, but don't ever have to. Which is part of what drew me to Nashville. This is a place where you can do music on the side. There's so much of it. There's so much opportunity for it. We all know someone who's a songwriter, guitarist, whatever it is. And so if you have a certain skill set within it that you want to be able to exercise every so often, I feel like you just kind of let your friends know that. And, hey, if you need
Sure.
clarinet on your track, I got
Nice.
you. Like, we'll whip it out with some
he owns-
woodwinds,
He owns a killer studio.
Well, there you go.
I was just working on Tyler's record.
Yeah, man.
I said that the last like,
And
5
you know what he said to
podcasts.
himself? He's like, I know exactly what this needs.
Yeah,
a little bit
so
of clarinet.
Well, that is kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Clarinet.
I was
song.
walking in. We were doing string arrangement someone's song right now, and I was walking in. You can hear the marching band, and I was like, I wonder how much it would cost to get the.
I'm going to tell you, as a person who has done this, not very much.
I know that's
No,
what I
yeah.
was thinking. I
High
was like,
school bands love an opportunity for
sure.
their people to get out, and then they make it a little competitive thing with it. So when I was in high school band, we did that.
Really?
Yeah. We got to go record at a place in Madison, and it was like it was like only the best because they only want you're
Yeah.
not going to fit the whole thing in
Yeah.
the fucking studio. So
Yeah.
it was like we want the best 10. So it was like 3 percussionists, 3 horns, and then a smattering of other things.
I'd want to record it on the
And-
field,
Hell yeah.
like the whole thing.
Yeah, I wonder what the legality of like doing that on a
school property.
Like if it was a public
Who's this
school,
man
you know?
filming our students?
Yeah, exactly.
It's just a microphone.
Yeah. It's just for music.
It's 2 of them. It's in stereo.
Sure, get off campus.
Yeah.
That's funny. Well, but what studios you work at? That's what I was kind of hitting at.
Oh, yeah. I mean, well, so like I worked around different places. I was really fortunate. I always had, friends who went to or worked with Blackbird Studios, over in Berry Hill. So I got to, just
Small mom and pop.
Yeah, that little old, they're not doing too much. Yeah. But
That's funny.
It's an incredible place. And 2015, I believe that was the first year that they had Blackbird Academy, which is their recording studio program. It's still rolling and it's growing. They ended up they went from just a studio program to a live sound program as well.
Which we need.
And so
we need quality live sound engineers.
Yeah, man.
100%.
And you need to be frank, you need a lot of them because they burn out.
Yeah.
So it's kind of you need 50 kids coming out every 6 months who want to do it and get out here and work really hard. Or the guys doing the live sound
on Broadway.
Yeah.
And then he goes, dude, I just got a tour gig, and then now he's
and
gone.
then they're gone.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean it's a high demand thing, and it's really hard work. That's actually one of those roommates I talked about. He was a live sound engineer, and so he was the best roommate ever because he would be gone for like 3 weeks at a time. He was the greatest. He'd be gone for like 3 weeks, and then when he was home, he was the best, most pleasant human being who just hung out on the couch and smoked weed and made us food. Like I was working like 3 jobs and grinding. I'm pretty sure I'd be.
That's a good question.
I would be home for. Oh yeah, you want to?
Yeah, what were your part-time jobs?
Oh my gosh! So when I first moved here, I was a personal trainer. That's what I was starting my business in that, and so I knew I wanted to be able to do music stuff on the side.
Were you at a studio or were you doing your own?
No, I had like my own. I had private clients.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
cool.
And then I nannied for a family just to have like that nice steady income. Yeah, they were amazing, and it was actually part of my determining factor of coming to Nashville. So I was 18, knew I wanted to leave Wisconsin, ready to kind of get started on my own stuff. And at the time, my brother was living in Colorado. I had friends who lived down here in Nashville. So I was coming down to visit and do recording stuff and whatever. And so I applied for a family in Colorado and a family in Nashville. And when I came down here to interview with her, we fell in love. It was she had been my family the whole time. And so I was like, all right, that's it. I'm moving to Nashville.
1 kid, 2 kids?
They had 2 kids. They had one. Their daughter was a little bit older. I think she was probably, 10 or something. And then they had a 1.5-year-old turning 2-year-old son. Their daughter just left for West Point, which is actually, insane.
Cool. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, so I've stayed really in good touch with that family, which is cool too. It kind of gave me a built-in support.
My wife nannied for a family, and the daughter ended up being the flower girl in our wedding.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, if you find the right, you got to find someone that, nannying's a crazy world, and I have a lot of really insane stories from it. But with that particular family, I think
you're part of the family.
If you find someone who sees you're being there as a partnership and that you're parenting this child together, it can be a really awesome thing.
Sure.
I nanny quite a bit. It's called running a studio.
Yeah, exactly.
adult daycare.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Musicians are the worst.
Yeah.
Aren't they?
Well, they play for a living, right? And that's the cool part. Is like, hey, we're all here playing, but we got to see it more as an organized sport than
I'm just
arts and crafts time.
I think the funniest thing that the stories I've heard from him, and I used to run the Shinedown studio for a long. Well, I didn't run it, but I did a lot for it, and bands. They just suck.
They do.
Because there's some guys got a huge ego, and then they make a record, and the whole band breaks up.
Yep.
And I'm sure you dealt with so many
I saw
bands,
an interview, I think a Liam Gallagher interview. He'll say it better than I'll ever say it, and that guy's got 1,000 words. But he was just talking about labels don't want bands anymore.
I saw
because like dealing with bands is a hassle.
Yeah,
they want this clean cut. Like
Harry
I'm just gonna
Styles.
show up and do my thing, get out. Bands, he's like, we were just sitting and drinking at the pub all day.
Which sounds great.
Yeah. Tyler's like, sign me up. What do you mean?
Dude.
Well, I feel like too, and you could probably speak more to this in this day and age of music. They don't, especially labels, they don't necessarily want someone who's coming in with their own ideas and their own songs per se. Like they want you to come in with a song idea, but then they want their team of writers and producers to be able to realize it into what they want. I feel like when you have a band, usually they're coming at you with material. They have
4 different ideas too.
Well, it's like, but they have songs, that they've been playing, they've been doing shows, things that they're attached to, and they're a little more attached to doing it a certain way, because that's their groove together. And so I feel like breaking them out of that is more hassle than it's probably worth most of the time for labels.
Yep.
Totally.
And labels, they want the artists to come with all the notoriety, but with all the openness.
Yeah.
They're like, we want you to have 10 million followers before we sign you.
Yeah.
And then we're going to tell you what to do.
Make people fall in love with what you do and then throw that out the window and we'll do something else.
It's the most insane thing to me.
I really don't think it's really a thing anymore to get signed. You know what I mean? Obviously, they're putting out artists, the big labels, but it's not what it used to be.
No.
You can just do it on your own, you know? I mean, you got your phone, you can just, you know, but it does suck. You got to be like a content creator.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's why, I mean, 2015, first living here, it still felt like that was the old model, and now it's completely
it's
flipped
so
10 years
different.
ago.
Hey, do you feel like that? Sorry, if you can go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna ask when do you feel like you started to feel that change? When do you feel like coming here in 2015? What year would you say?
COVID.
Really?
COVID changed it.
I feel like it was so much sooner than that. Like I feel like 2018 to 19, it started to get a little
because TikTok was becoming
less collaborative.
It might have been, but the nail in the coffin was definitely COVID because artists couldn't do anything. They had to put out content every day on COVID, and then people now just expect that still.
Do you remember how people went live on Facebook with their Venmo? And I was like, yo, stop. It was crazy, man. But I mean, I could definitely see it. I helped manage a band that was... It's called Driving and Crying. They're killer. They're like this Isbell, Sturgill Simpson, Chris Stapleton type of world.
Yeah, dope.
They're older though, and so when I was managing them, they're like, "Hey, we suck at the internet." And the thing was, I mean, their Pandora was huge because that's their demographic, older people.
Man, Pandora, I kind of forgot that existed.
And then seriously, like Sam Bottom. And now they're trolls. It's still around.
Yeah,
but if you didn't know this too, you can only listen to Pandora in the United States. It's not a worldwide thing.
Fascinating. I did not know that.
That's why there's less subscribers. But nerd stuff. But with them, their Facebook, it was also killing it. But we were doing re-releases with like Warner and stuff on their album from '89 called Straight to Hell. Darius record cut it a couple years ago.
Yeah,
that's their song. And so obviously they're like, we'll do releases all day, like vinyls and all this cool shit. And then I was like, we got their first record in like 7 years. And Aaron Lee Taj, who's a big New West record guy, he produced it. And they had Sturgill Simpson's guitar player on it who joined the band, Lil Joe, and then no one would pick it up because TikTok wasn't really a thing. I think it was called Musical.ly back then.
Yeah,
17, 18. Whatever, So Instagram was everything. They had 2,000 followers, not verified.
Yeah.
And all these young label dudes I was talking to, like out in like LA, they're like, no man, their Instagram sucks. I'm not going to touch it. And I'm like, what? And their Spotify wasn't great. And then we obviously fixed it. Now they're rocking and rolling. But it was just wild. I was like, these guys sell tickets. Like people will buy this album.
People are at the show.
They'll do.
They're just not.
They'll do
on
1,000 people a night in Atlanta. They'll do 2-3 nights. Like they're like one of those kind of bands.
Yeah.
And I was just like, what? It was just nuts. And I was like, man, it's all a numbers game. You know.
Interesting.
How do you feel that shows up in the liquor spirits world?
Oh, I don't know. What do you think about that?
Yeah, in a big way.
I think so too.
Yeah, and it's getting more so. Just as people get more into their phones, they expect you to be in their phone, and if you're not there, then you're not real.
Okay, I say this all the time. If I'm not posting Boone's Bourbon, Boone's Beer shit, and then people are like, "Oh, you're not doing anything," it's wild. I can be out doing crazy
tons of stuff. Yeah, but it's not on the internet.
But if I'm not posting it, you're like, "You're killing it, man." I'm like, wild.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Well, that's okay. So, it's when I do tastings and stuff, I always post it on my Instagram. And to me, I feel guilty. I'm like, this is boring as shit. If I followed me, I'd be like, I don't really care where you are from 5 to 7 on a Friday. Yeah. Why do you keep posting this? But people like love it. Like when I go into different, people are like, "Oh, I saw you were at such and such a last weekend. That's so cool." Like it's so funny, and it's the simplest thing. And quite honestly, it's me doing the bare minimum of social media because it's also not my world. I don't, I think there's a lot of really cool creative opportunity in it, and there's space to express yourself in a really unique way. And there's some people who are doing that so beautifully. Like they use their page in a way that's fun and engaging, but also gives them a voice, and they use it to say something and contribute to community and society. You have to...
It's a full-time job.
You have to spend so much time in it. And for me, it's honestly a little bit why I didn't want music to be a job. Like, in theory, Instagram should be so fun, like, to create things and do reels and do whatever. That is something I would find enjoyable. But to feel like I have to do it. Yep. And then not only, it's like, you can't, like, I'll get a wild hair and be like, I'm going to put some cool stuff on my Instagram and do it for, like, 2 days. But then the next week, people are like, hey, you haven't posted in a while.
Yeah.
I'm like, dang, I created an expectation, So I'm like, if I just keep the expectation really boring, basic stuff, then people are like, good job, you put out that boring, basic stuff, and we loved it.
That's really funny. But yeah, I mean, it is a full-time job. I do it in the morning. And you could post from your computer to your Instagram.
Yeah.
And I just knock them all out. Yeah.
I know.
And if you don't post, then they bring your reach down, and you literally get a notification. I'll go, hey, we just raised you up 1,000% because you're posting constantly. So if you take a break, it's like you had a
what was gambling.
And what was the idea you had, or it was about?
Well, it wasn't my idea. I read it in Jonathan Haidt's book. The study of.
What was that original thought that you had here to share?
You sociologist, you. No, essentially, like slot machines they'll pay you out bigger sums, but it's long term. You get smaller gains rather than paying you out 10 cents every 5 turns. They're like, we'd rather pay you out 55 cents for every 100 turns.
Yeah, sure.
Because the big one gets you the adrenaline rush going versus the small ones.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just so randomized now. Social media uses the same thing. It's like, well, if we give you 100 likes or 100 views every single time, then
the one goes
then
20,000.
you're just gonna do that. But if you get 100 views and then one goes 1,000 and then they go back to 100, you're like, I need that 1,000 one again.
Totally.
I have a really daft question, but this actually, as I'm saying it, I'm like, this is probably pretty straightforward. Are there artificial views? Like if you pay,
bots.
like, so if you're like, right, so Instagram will give you bot views?
No, they'll just
No.
send you, because they curate what comes into people's feeds.
Right.
And then they'll just kind of launch
Okay,
it.
Yeah.
so they'll just launch it. I'm like, wait, are they just
People can-
slapping some likes on there? That's not cool.
People can buy that, and people do it all the time, and it's so you can tell. It's
Yeah,
honest,
right.
you know what
Okay,
I mean?
that makes sense.
But social media is kind of like a pain in the ass, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, and it's interesting space too because people have an expectation of what you should share and they want to be so involved in your life. Like when I started in the liquor industry, I created I have a personal profile that is private, right?
Sure.
And that's, my aunt and my cousins, and it's basically was merge over from when I had a Facebook to that it's that more, here's
Personal.
my dog and here's random stuff that I did that I would assume nobody but my family and close friends care about. But as I started in this world, and you're out, you're at bars, you're at liquor stores, you're in all these places, and you're meeting strangers, and they want to follow you, they want to be a part of your journey, which is awesome. But especially as a woman in the liquor industry, I'm like, I don't need all of you following my real life and where I am and what I'm doing. And so I was like, you know what, this will be fun. I'll create a public page where I can just put and then I don't feel guilty when I'm only posting about booze, or
Sure.
posting about tastings or events or things related to the brand. It's, hey, if you're following this page, you know what it is and you know who I am. So it means
Sure.
you care about the style of content that's coming out. But it's been really eye-opening to me having a public
Profile?
social media page. I've never had a public profile before. I've always had private profiles.
And what? Just because people just randomly follow you? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Between like the very random and organic engagement I get, like I'm so used to, if it says like, oh, you got 3 new followers, I'm like, oh, who is it? And then I click, I'm like, I don't know who these people are, but okay, they found me. That's cool.
Yeah.
But the interesting side, which I just started to notice, is the insights that Instagram gives you, because they don't do that when you have a private page, but they'll tell you like how many people engaged and how many people saw your profile. And there's a weird pressure that comes with it. I got a notification, it was like 2 days ago, that said 3,000 people had looked at my profile or interacted with my profile.
And you're like, who was that?
And I was like,
3,000 real life people? Like,
well, that's why I'm like,
yeah.
well, were they bots? But were they not even real?
Yeah.
No, but
I got all that anxiety and they're not even real.
Well, no, but honestly, it made me feel guilty. It was like, wow, 3,000 people looked at my profile. There's like 7 pictures on there.
Yeah.
I'm like, they didn't see much.
Yeah, but I mean,
And so then I'm like, shoot, if people are looking at it, like,
now you're thinking like that.
yeah, now I'm like, dang, does that mean
That's
I
how they
need to
hook ya.
like
That's how
actually?
they hook ya.
Yeah.
Does that mean I need to start posting more and let
are-
people be more involved?
Boone's Bourbon, I'll post. People like dumb shit, and I'll post product, and then I'll do a dumb drinking one. Like I did. What's his name from 30 Rock? Morgan. He's from SNL.
Literally, someone said Freeman.
No,
What?
not Morgan Freeman, but I can't
Tracy
remember-
Morgan?
Tracy Morgan.
Yeah.
There you go. Woo.
What are you
And
talking?
he's like, hey, I'll have a orange juice, so we don't have orange. I'll have a vodka tonic. Like,
Yeah,
it's just-
yeah.
and it got like 20,000 views in like an hour. And because people like dumb shit too, so now I have to do that all the time. I'll post like work stuff, and it's something related to booze, and it's like a stupid. Like I posted I can't remember his freaking name now.
George Clooney.
George Clooney. What's from The Notebook? What's his name?
Ryan
Gosling. And it's like the other guys or the other dudes, or it's the one where he's like a private investigator and he goes to a bar and goes.
The other guys.
Hey, what the other guy? He goes, what do you have?
With Will Ferrell? No, the other guys is Will Ferrell and not Matt Damon.
But it's like
I know you're talking. Nice Guys.
Nice Guys. There you go. Yeah. And he goes, hey, what do you have? Goes, open bar, free drinks. He does that. The thing has gotten like 10 million views.
Hilarious.
And so then I get hooked. It's wild. And then if I don't post, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna lose my momentum. That's how I think all the time. Sucks. You know what I mean?
But see, that's what I mean though. I'm like, this many people now. I got to post something. But no, then if I start posting, then I'm like, it's rabbit hole, and I'm gonna keep doing it.
Sucks, man. But but then people think you're kicking butt. Oh, look at your account. Oh.
I know.
Or I'll be at a store. And I'm like, what's your Instagram? Whoa. And then I'm like, I'll follow you. And I'm like, okay. Like it's like social currency.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it totally is.
Because good point. If I meet another brand in town and I look at their Instagram, it's terrible. Then I kind of assume they're not killing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're like, okay, maybe they're not out. They're not hustling as hard as I am.
Did you judge her, bro?
Yeah, you judking her Instagram? She said she had six posts.
Yeah, I'm not judging Anna.
Yes.
I have a shocking amount of followers for the fact that I have 6 posts.
Fuck you, man. Yeah. Anyway, but
I'll try some of that Business bourbon.
Yeah, let's do it, dude. I just think social media is just a double-edged sword, man.
Yeah, it is. And
you give us the spiel after.
Well, and I think it's like if you decide if you want to use it as it's like if you can keep it in the space of a creative outlet, then it's really fun. But once it becomes a business tool, it's a business tool, and so now it's instantly work.
Well, let me ask you a question then, Ryan. I know you'll jump on this too. Mm-hmm. My friend and also agent, this guy Jeff Hill, he brought this up and I was like, that makes so much sense, where it would piss people off. He had an offer for an artist going to like a fair or something, and it's like, man, this artist kills it, they deserve to be on this slot. And then he said that the offer didn't happen, and they booked a TikToker who's really big.
Nice.
And he goes, I looked into it, the kid stunk. And it's like, I think what happened a lot too is
people haven't played big shows either.
I think it's like the people pop off on social media and they're not ready to play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, do you have any, I totally agree that's a thing. Like, people are like popping off, they're getting signed, and they're like, man.
Well, they've never been in front of a crowd before. I mean, and it's also a generation that's not used to human interaction on the same level anyway, They're not used to being out in front of crowds and talking and having conversation outside of a messenger portal, Totally. And so I think a lot of times they get out in front of these big crowds and they just want to stand behind their laptop, or they want to hide behind their instrument, or just be back at the keys. And so even if I've been to some where, even if musically they're really talented and they are just as good as they are on their TikTok, the concert element of it isn't there. Like there's no production value. It's just, hey, it's me and my keyboard. That's what you see on your computer screen, but on a stage, and they're by themselves with a lighting guy or whatever.
Happened with she did a great job at it, obviously, with Olivia Rodrigo.
Yeah,
she came up really during driver's license and then COVID. And I remember hearing something about them scheduling her tour. I was reading some business thing, and they said she could sell out out stadiums.
Yeah,
but she's like, I've never toured.
Yeah.
Can't we just do arenas? I'm like, oh, just do arenas, okay.
Yeah, well, there's not the confidence growth, right? It's like when you start off as a musician, you start off playing small venues. Mm-hmm. You get used to the crowd interaction of people, shouting at you and doing whatever. You learn how to do that crowd work on a honestly 5 to 20 person scale. You start off. Sometimes you do those nights, and I used to play out a little bit in Madison, Wisconsin. It's like, yeah, man, and you go out and it's like, hey, 20 people showed up. That was really cool. Totally. Like, I felt like a rock star because 20 people showed up to hear me sing mostly covers, it's like 20 people came out to stare at me. That was cool. Wow. But if you don't ever have, but it's scary at first. You do that a few times and then you're like, okay, now I understand I know what they want. I know what the process is.
Sure.
And so I think a lot of them don't have the opportunity to have that organic confidence growth.
Sure. I feel like those 20-person shows are way more intimidating than
100%.
A couple 100,000.
Oh yeah,
I played. You could see everyone, and then you have to talk to them.
And then what if it's your friend? Too? That sucks.
Yeah. No, that's the worst. And it's just one person up front making a dumb face at you too.
I
do that. When shows I haven't played for Tyler Ford.
Oh, dude, I got this video where I took a compilation. Ryan's all in it, where it was 12th and Porter, and we're playing. And I love the clip. There's no one there, and he's up at the clip I took. He just goes, Like that. I have to find it. It's like full band, big production, one dude.
One guy.
So funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember 12th and Porter?
He paid me $50 to be there.
Yeah.
Brother, please.
Wow, that's that just came out now.
Shit. No, do you remember 12th? Actually, better question. What's your favorite? You got a favorite bar, because booze, and you got a favorite music venue at the moment that you just dig in Nash?
Those are hard questions. Honestly, a lot of the little spots I used to like to go to aren't there anymore, much like 12th and Porter.
Yep.
You know, they're new things and they're newly realized, and they're cool. Like what the space where 12th and Porter was is now like a vibier club
It's a house
spot,
music
and they
thing,
do
right?
house music,
Really?
and it's really, and it's like good.
The Night
It's-
We Met or
yeah,
something?
Night We Met,
Yeah.
and it's really cool. It's honestly, I think
No restaurant?
a little.
No, I don't think so. Yeah.
No. I think it's like a little ahead of its time for what Nashville is, which is cool.
Totally. For sure.
But yeah,
they need more house music here. There's like none.
oh yeah, totally. And it's
So-
good. It's good house music. The people who run it have an understanding of, you know,
Sure.
not just, hey, here's what people used to listen to, and here's what was, you know,
Avicii.
cool.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's what,
Buddy
about all I
Danny,
can name.
buddy Danny Vlee was here last week, and he was like, "There's no house music here."
Yeah.
He was freaking out about it.
Yeah.
I was like,
well,
"No,
I
it's
just
not."
didn't go to the right place.
Well, except that. I mean, there's that, but it's just. I think that's the only spot. I think, right?
Yeah. That does like that. That's kind of
That's
their
kinda the
specialty.
only-
They have the sound system for it. They are
Oh yeah,
decked
yeah.
out.
You said
I'm
what
going to
was
get a
it?
laptop and
Yeah,
a
man,
pedal
I
steel.
can't. Yeah, don't ask me that because I can't remember the name of it. And
What were you saying?
I'm going to get a laptop and a pedal steel and just combine Nashville.
just rage.
Yeah.
You got this.
Get off the fucking stage.
You'll have to pay Tyler $50 to be the only
Hey,
person
man,
at your
thanks, bro.
show.
No, there's a sound system at Night You Met that's like insane. I'm sure you would know
I
it.
know. I can't think of what it's called.
Any idea? You can't remember?
It starts with an A. It's AV.
It's like a killer live sound.
A something. It's
I think you
primarily
would know.
used at venues in Las Vegas. They also have one at the Drift Motel.
Cool.
Because why not?
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Yeah. But I
Well-
can't think what it's called. But yeah, I don't know. I think a lot of the little spots. There was this place in Lower
Sonos.
Broadway that used to do.
Sonos? Yeah, that's what
No,
it
it
is.
definitely starts with an A.
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Definitely starts with an A. Yeah, sure. Oh yeah, Bose.
Yeah,
that was it.
yeah.
You go.
Fuck yeah.
Sponsor us, please.
Behringer. There you go. That's a really top.
Behringer, yeah.
That's a top one. Favorite bar?
That's such a hard question. It's
At the
like
moment, at the moment.
I know, but it's like, what mood am I in? You know, I'm like,
Sure.
it's right. It was like
Okay,
we
we
love.
got three friends
We
in
love
town.
Mothers. We love Barrel Proof. I'm going to Mothers and Barrel Proof, but it's like, you know, it's just because that's home. You know, it's like a home base. You know, the bartenders.
You got 3 friends in town, and it's Thursday night tonight.
Yeah.
We're going out with it. Where are you taking us?
Okay, but okay, you're going out. Okay, well, I mean, like if you guys are going out, then yeah, we're just gonna start at Barrel Proof, and then
I like Barrel Proof.
bop down from there. It's just places that can feel homey, places you can go and they can cocktail. That's the cool thing I think about the space in Nashville right now is
Garage bar? or
if
whatever?
you Gramps is awesome too, and they're that old school like.
That's cool.
Hey, we've got good beer, we've got cool stuff on it, we've got a can cooler, we've got good
Yeah.
good liquor selection.
Bartenders
but,
are cool.
Yeah. Yeah,
They're all
it's just a
related
good
to you.
community. Yeah.
Two of the bartenders
Well,
told me that they were
supposedly
related.
we're
to-
related.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, because my,
How
you
the hell do
know,
you remember that? I was-
14th time,
Are you Daniel Boone?
I am.
Then
Daniel
you're
Boone,
related to the
actually,
bartenders
reincarnated.
at the Gramps. Because both of them were related to Daniel Boone as well.
Yeah, I'm
guys
gonna
are
go
all
ahead and
family.
say that Tyler was on another planet when he told you that information.
I was drunk.
It was false,
Buddy.
Yeah,
And when I saw you, I was like, buddy, oh my God.
no, but one of my, 30th time's first cousin is Sarah Boone, who was married to Daniel Boone.
So
So
that's
we're
Once
like,
removed.
we're like
Yeah.
cousin-in-laws or something.
Sweet.
Yep.
Very cool. What's up,
Yep.
cousin?
Yeah, we all wear coonskin hats and
Drink Boone's bourbon.
yeah, we drink Boone's
Boone's
bourbon. That's what we
Daniel
do.
Boone went south and got some tequila.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, brother. Well, let's take one more little
Yeah.
tequila. 'Cause we got like 5 more minutes.
Nipper deal.
I got some good questions now.
Yeah, go for it.
If you had to explain
Thank you so much.
the tequila brand in 1 or 2 emojis, which emojis would you pick?
Oh, emojis. Oh, God, that's implying I know emojis. It's always the little cheersy, the champagne glass cheersy emojis, and then what's the sparkly one?
Fireworks?
No, the glittery one.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's glitter. People know that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, people. That's great. Good for people.
No, I'm saying if you're explaining it, people get what you're saying.
Yeah.
What about yourself?
I explain everything like a matey.
well, what's your
'cause
emoji?
I'm a matey. Oh no. I still do the old school like keyboard emojis most of
Nice.
the time. I don't know if you've
Like
noticed
this
that from
one?
texting me. I always do. I like the colon parentheses. I'm doing like it's I'm going.
It sucks when
I just
like,
realized
Old
it's not that emoji's not this. It's It's like,
Yeah,
like this.
oh, I always thought it was some guy
And think about how much
like a
work we had to
crab.
put into that, you guys.
yeah.
It was like,
I
it was
mean,
so
Wow,
many,
it took
it was
me
so many
doing it
touch
to realize that
points.
it's not some guy like flying or like dancing.
It's a
You've
crab
been
on the
using
beach.
that wrong for your whole life.
Yeah,
Like
I'm
you
like,
thought you were
let's
sending
party.
Yeah.
You want to party?
Yeah.
It's just
How would you?
always
People are like,
asking a
This
question.
guy confused about going out? Or?
I'm not
like-
going out with you.
Yeah.
Everyone's just reading it in Valley Girl accent.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
do you want to
fine.
go out?
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.
You ever send a winky face to someone and actually do the wink, or that one, but do like a smiley face? And you give them a wink?
Oh, with
What
the
you
smile?
mean to send a smiley face, but you accidentally
send the
send a
wink?
wink?
That's terrible.
Yeah, I have done that,
Like-
and honestly, in some not ideal situations, I'm like, no.
Like to your
Honestly,
boss?
I'm like an 80-year-old man most of the time, and so changes in technology often scare me, and I'm not good at adapting to them. But one of my favorite updates that Apple ever made was the ability to edit text messages.
best.
Oh my gosh, saves
Or undo
my
send.
life. All of that. Yeah, undo send. Whew.
What I like is editing my message, but not change anything, just so edited
so it
comes.
says just to make them.
and people are like, what did he change on that? Just to ruin someone's day.
That's
Yeah.
pretty funny.
I'd be like, you're a great friend.
like,
Like,
oh god. And no, but you
That's
keep in the
good.
so
Yeah,
they think
yeah,
there was something
yeah.
after
Bro, that's
it.
good.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a mind game.
Did you say? I can just see at your house just like laughing your ass off.
Yeah, it's
We-
funny for me.
We
Yeah.
used to do this at Red Door Midtown. I don't know if you remember this. Venmo just came out, and it was your idea, and you're like, dude, let's Venmo request people like $5 at like 1 a.m. and see if they start sending it, and people would be like, oh, all right.
I don't know.
And you're like, I just paid $20.
That's the other funny. You know, when you see all the
That
cars.
might have been slightly illegal.
You see all the cars. No, it's
It was
literally
like to
not.
friends.
Yeah.
It's literally not. But you see the cars that drive around that say like, "It's my bachelorette party. Like, buy me a drink. Here's my Venmo." I go request money from them. It is the funniest. They'll like
That
reply
is
in the comments
funny.
like, "We are trying to give our best
How
beautiful
dare
friend
you.
the best time ever."
I
We
just
don't-
assume
and
it's
it's
someone
like-
drunk, be like, oh, look, I got $5.
Yeah. They're like, oh, they're giving away free money. Here's the funny thing I learned. So I briefly worked for a mortgage company and learned a lot, really. Why? Honestly, I was like, maybe I don't want to stay fully in liquor. Maybe this would be interesting.
Sure.
I didn't. I missed the atmosphere of this, the community of it, and
The
just,
spirit of it.
the spirit of the industry. But I'm really glad.
You thought that was
From
so
an
good.
educational standpoint, I'm glad I did it and I learned a lot. But the most valuable thing that is like when I learned this, I was texting all of my friends like, hey, just so you know, if you ever apply for a mortgage, they pull all your Venmo transactions. So make sure it doesn't say like blowing hookers, like because you thought you were being funny, because that was a game.
How did
They
I get
do
my
that?
house?
They do that,
You know
and
what I-
you have to like walk it through of what it was. So you can still use the emojis, but it's like if you do like the little spray emoji, like because you with the little tongue out because you thought you were being fun and pranking your buddy, you have to be like, oh no, that was like for the water bill and some ice
And the
cream. My
comedy
friend,
club,
I make
yeah,
mine,
yeah,
I make
haha.
all mine private on purpose.
You still have to. I do that too. Who has ever wanted? That is the baffles me that
Yeah.
Venmo is trying to be a social platform.
Yeah.
I don't need you. I don't need to request $20 from you for pizza, and then like one of my other buddies be like, "Wow, cool, you got pizza."
They thought like,
why
we're
is there a
bank,
comment
but
section?
social media.
Some
we're
guy,
all
some guy in a
hanging
meeting room.
out
I got
in
it.
the
It's
bank
just me
lobby
with my
together.
hands on my face.
Yeah, I don't ever like the comment section on Venmo. Who's using that or
wild.
likes? Like, okay, have
I
you
used
ever
to. I
have you
used to
ever
do that
had
just
like
to mess
you
with
have a
people.
couple too many pops and then you're going through and you're like, this is funny, like
Yeah.
because
Yep.
if one of my friends liked a Venmo transaction, I'd be like,
Be a little creeped out.
why
Or like you
Rent
Why
for
were
the
you-
month. Ha ha.
hilarious, you're not homeless.
You don't have a house.
Like, cool, now I can come stay with you.
Yeah.
But yeah, so anyway, if you apply for a mortgage though, they pull all private or not,
wild.
they pull all of them, and you have to like be able to notate
That happened to you?
what it was for. Well, it depends on if you if you had to claim it,
No,
right?
no,
So like
yeah.
if you're a person who sells a lot of stuff on Facebook Marketplace, or if you are a
Gotcha.
homeowner.
Yeah, I wasn't claiming
like,
any of that income.
If the way you
Gotcha.
collect
I wouldn't
rent,
do
right?
that.
If you had a property and you have your tenants
Mm-hmm.
send you rent on Venmo, then you have to pull all your Venmo records.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I literally my brothers, I was like, dude, stop sending stupid shit to people on Venmo
Yeah.
because
That is funny.
You're gonna have to explain it eventually when it just says
It says
titties.
hookers and blow,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah.
Well, no.
We use those as
Sorry,
keywords
that's
for
my
water and
my
electric.
friend is John Hooker, and then our other friend we call him Blow,
Yeah.
because his name is
Yeah.
You're
You're getting arrested. Oh, fuck.
Blajansky, and so yeah. No,
Blojansky.
but, yes, but sitting in some of those, like sitting down with our customers and listening to them have to like tick
That's
off what
funny.
each. I was like,
they start sweating.
oh yeah, incredible.
Or the wife's there. What the hell is this?
Yeah.
Well, we got like 5 minutes, so let's wind it down. Is there? Okay, actually, I did want to ask this earlier. What's your favorite spirit? Are you always tequila? Or?
No, not always. It's definitely like a spirit of choice for me. I think before I got into the industry, when I was just drinking what I liked with no pressure from anywhere, I was pretty much a Scotch and Irish whiskey person,
Nice, cool.
and then tequila and gin.
I like Macallan.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Big Macallan guy.
Yeah.
I love that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like gin a lot too.
Yeah, gin was my first spirit I got really nerdy about. That was the first one I dove really deep into.
Hendrix I thought that was really awesome when that came out. I mean, now it's kind of like whatever. But when Hendrix came out, like, what, 20 years ago?
It's been around for longer than people think. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess when it got popular, maybe.
No, I mean, 20 years is probably accurate.
Yeah,
I think some people think of it as newer. You know what was crazy doing a tasting? I saw someone doing Jameson tastings.
What?
And I was like, who doesn't know what Jameson is? Who needs this? And a guy walked up and was like, was this Scotch? What is this? And I was like, wow, there are grown adults good for you, man. No, I was
there
like,
are grown adults who don't know Jameson.
Yeah, it was like a 6-year-old dude. And I was like, cool. I don't know what life you've been leading, but like, honestly, good for you that you don't know what. You're like, you're not out here taking shots of JMO,
You're
man.
just
Good
like,
for you.
nerd. No,
Yeah,
Exactly. That same concept
Yeah.
frustrates me so much when I'm at a drive-through. We're
do you
like,
mean?
I went
that
and got
mean?
McDonald's breakfast the other day. It's McDonald's at breakfast. They have 5 things.
Yeah.
This guy's like, I hear him going, just give me 1 second. I'm like,
You're not
went
gonna
to
like
McDonald's
me very
for
much.
breakfast.
That would be me at Chick-fil-A. I'm there so infrequently, and they don't give you. They try to speed it through, so you're at the little bank area.
Yeah,
There's no
yeah.
menu, and I'm like, I need to see the menu, and the guys are always like,
Number 2, American cheese, large
They're like,
fry,
here you go.
Diet Coke.
In-N-Out's coming in.
Yep.
yeah,
They're putting
actually
one right next to my house.
The CEO is moving, like.
Yeah,
They're
they're coming here.
moving here. They're
Yeah,
moving
'cause-
headquarters
'cause
here.
taxes,
They're moving.
man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
God.
So speaking of California, they got In-N-Out.
Number 3 or 4. We just have like a tally here.
Yeah.
And it's,
That's why
it
this
just
is a
just
booze
says,
podcast, not a comedy podcast.
Just says, God damn it. It's just one.
Hey, that one's for me.
There
It
you
has
go.
been 0 days since Ryan made a stupid joke.
Well, anything you want to... Well, actually, yeah, you're going to move to San Diego? So we're in
Are
California?
you gonna pay for it?
No. I want to... I desperately... So does Bella. We want to be back in California so bad, but it's just like... we want to buy a house here. And
Yeah, I want to live in California. I also want to eat food, and
Yep.
I'm going to Sonoma in like 2 weeks.
Oh, there you go.
I'll be there
Next week.
Little
I'll
wine
be there.
country.
we mentioned that. I'll be...
Yeah, we're gonna miss each other.
Santa Barbara.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you'll be in California, or just
Yeah.
not Sonoma.
Yep.
Wait, okay. I want you when you brought up the music venue thing, real quick. What I was gonna say is there used to be this spot because I'm also hoping maybe someone will remember what it was and tell me that it still exists somewhere. There was a bar on Lower Broad or like Midtown area, just up from Red Door. It was like a little hole in the wall, dump of a place, but beautiful little
it's not
dive
there
bar.
anymore.
Not there anymore. But they used to do Metal Mondays, and it was awesome. They only did metal music on Mondays.
Oh, that was...
and
it was the Irish pub.
Yeah,
Right there on Demumbrian.
it's called.
Huh?
No, it's
No.
It was the
No,
one
it was
right on
like a
the corner.
divey. It was like a little divey bar, and the
Yeah.
stage was like you walked in, and the stage was like right there to the corner. It was like really, just like dark.
fucking-
No, it wasn't an Irish pub. I'm like, I don't know what it was.
You're
was,
talking about that bar that's been like 20 bars.
Yeah, I mean, everything
Across
in
from Patterson
everything in
House?
Midtown has been.
Yeah, it was like... Well,
20
yeah, and then it
things.
was... No, but... Oh, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Wait, might be what she... Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, but they did Metal Mondays. They always had metal bands, but then the coolest thing
like
is
it
when
was on the
touring
corner, right?
acts. Yeah, when
Yeah, that's
touring
exactly what you're talking
when
about.
touring acts would come through, like sometimes they would go over. So one of the first concerts I ever saw in Nashville, I saw Gojira at Marathon Music Works, and it was incredible.
Shit.
Yeah, French metal band. If you don't know,
Yeah,
look them
sick.
up. They're fantastic. But literally, we went to the concert and then we were like, all right, we're going to go to Metal Mondays. There was a band playing that was there sometime. We liked them, yada, yada, yada. The dudes from Gojira like showed up and sat in with them.
Wow.
And that would happen all the
Yeah.
time. That would happen all the time back in like 2015 when these bands would come through. They would
Yeah.
just go into, if it was like around that Monday,
They would just
it was
kinda
like a
pop
known
in.
little metal hub and they would
That's
go
cool.
in and play metal music. And it was the
That's sick.
coolest fucking thing.
Whiskey Rhythm.
Yes, that's exactly what it was.
I honestly, I have
played-
no idea what
I
it's
was
called.
I was supposed to be the house band there with not Victor Wooten, but one of Wooten's brothers.
Yeah,
and they're gonna
Reggie.
pay me $70. I had to learn 300 songs, and I literally sat down to look at the. It's like Ed Sheeran shit.
Yeah.
And I went, nah, fuck this. And I just,
I'm good.
I was like,
I'm a dip.
All right, well, dude.
This song's too tough for me.
yeah. I'm above this shit.
I could just do like the 4 chords. Is
Yeah,
that okay?
I was so broke too. Well, plug anything you want, and then how can people, unless you don't want to give out your Instagram, but or just maybe the socials
Yeah.
for this.
Yeah, at Drink Southbound. I don't have a lot of things to plug in life, follow what you like, drink what you like, do what you like. I'm not going to tell you to do stuff, but
Do what you like.
do what you like.
what you like.
But Drink Southbound. It's a good time.
Hell yeah.
We're coming up on 2 years, so we'll be doing more parties. But if you see it at bars, drink it. It's delicious.
Cheers.
It makes people happy. It makes me happy.
But
I'm gonna give you a little nip. Taylor, you good?
I've just been going back and forth.
That's what they say, right? They say mix it.
Mix all the liquor.
Mix it up.
This will be edited out.
It'll be in there. Cheers. Thank you, Anna. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thanks,
All right,
guys.
Cheers.
1, 2, 3.
Doop, doop, doop.
All right, episode over. Cool. Hey, thanks for doing it. That was fun. That was fly. That
Yeah?
was quick
Okay.
as fuck.
Oh, I wasn't going to tell the story on the...
Okay.